Good morning, students. Welcome back to Target IAS and Social classes. See, in the past couple of days, rather the past 1 week, I have been receiving a lot of phone calls from the students ever since we, converted into online mode of learning. The students are finding it difficult in these testing times to prepare for UPSC examination. And based on the questions that being asked by the students, multiple students are asking similar questions. So I felt that there is a need maybe to make a presentation, a classroom wherein we concentrate in these COVID times, how best we can fight this COVID time and simultaneously be preparing for our UPSC examination. See, you will understand that the world today is going through a very deep, pandemic turmoil where people are even losing their lives. So, what needs to understand what is the requirement of the situation, what is the demand of the situation. In the present circumstances, the most important demand of the situation is change in your behavior. What is the COVID asking you to? It is asking you to bring a change in your behavioral patterns. It is asking a change in your behavioral pattern. What is this change? Because see, we have been in the last couple of decades, the way our lifestyles have changed is a testimony to the fact that what we are suffering today is primarily because of our lifestyle, sedentary lifestyle that we are living. So this particular situation is primarily asking you to bring a change in your behavioral pattern. How? Bring a change the way you live, bring a change the way you eat, bring a change the way you move, and bring a change in how you are in a society. So it is asking you to bring a behavioral change in you. Please do not take this COVID pandemic situation as a major obstacle. It is just a minor change in your behavior patterns that is required, and you can address each and every domain of this COVID pandemic. But it is our unwillingness to bring this change in our behavioral pattern. Why this change in behavioral pattern is important? Because over a period of time we have started depending on these peoples. Over a period of time we have started depending on these people, leaving aside our home cooked food. This is one important thing. The way we are living in cramped up societies, where we are living in our cramped up societies, hardly any place to live for 2 people, but 10 people are living, because the situation has forced us to live in this particular situation. The way we move when we are moving in a public transport without maintaining any social distancing, the way we are part of our society, contributing positively, contributing negatively to the society. So this COVID pandemic situation, irrespective of your nature, your profession, whether you are a student, whether you are a working professional, whether you are a housewife, whether you are a teacher, any profession you belong to, it is only asking you one simple thing, that is change in your behavioral pattern. And if you, the earliest you realize this change, the better for you. Ever since COVID had struck the world was asking us to do only 3 things: SMS, social distancing, SMS, social distancing, wearing a mask, and sanitizing yourself, either through a liquid hand wash or through a sanitizer. If you are traveling, carry a sanitizer. If you are at a stationary place, keep regularly washing your hands. These are nothing but our own hygiene requirements, basic hygiene requirements. So only small thing that this particular pandemic is asking is for a behavioral change in our pattern. But however, people are finding it extremely difficult to adopt to these behavioral patterns, the change that is required in this behavioral patterns, right? See, some see this pandemic as an obstacle, but I see this as an opportunity. How this is opportunity? Let me tell you how this pandemic situation is an opportunity. How this is an opportunity? Why? Because especially for the UPSC students, why this pandemic is an opportunity? Primarily because it saves lot of time, which otherwise is generally wasted. It saves lot of time of the students, which is generally wasted. The time to get ready for class, the time to travel for class, the time that is required to travel for the class, the time that is required to travel away from the class, before that the time that is spent after the class, again the time that is required to travel after the class, again the time you take to settle down at your home or your room, again start reading. So it is an important opportunity where all this time can be saved and can be fruitfully utilized for your studying. You would have realized in the last 1 week or 10 days that you have got so much of time at your disposal. When you are staying in hostels here, you take lot of time to go to the canteen, to eat food, to go to some restaurant and eat food. It takes lot of time of yours, because it takes time to travel, it takes time to wait there, it takes time to eat and again travel back to your home or your room. So this is the amount of time that is wasted. You will feel that this is the amount of time I am saving when I am staying at home. And most important positive opportunity here is, basically you are getting so much of time, so much of positivity by getting an opportunity to eat home cooked food. Many a times, whether corona or not, many of the students who migrate from their hometowns to towns like Hyderabad, Delhi, Bangalore, Chennai and all, they always report, sir, I am facing lot of health issue problems, because there is a change of weather. There is a change of weather you are subjected to. There is a change of food that you are subjected to. There is a complete change of atmosphere where you are living in while preparing for this UPSC examination. So this pandemic has given you an opportunity to go back to your place, where you belong to, where you get positives of all this. So it is an opportunity and not an obstacle. Please do not take this pandemic as an obstacle. It is the most important opportunity, very important opportunity, primarily because it can be converted from an obstacle to an opportunity just with a switch of your mind from that, thinking that it is an obstacle, from an obstacle to an opportunity. You have to just bring in certain behavioral changes. I understand there are a lot of difficulties in preparing for this kind of examination while being at home. In this today's lecture, we will try to understand how these difficulties can be addressed in a particular way, so that the limitations, the negatives of this what you call difficulties can be limited as far as possible, right? Yeah. The first and foremost important thing, we will try to identify certain areas that have to be addressed while dealing in this particular situation. The first and the foremost important thing is the financial burden. Because of this pandemic, the people who are supporting you financially may find it difficult to give you that regular support that was coming for you. People may lose their job, people may lose their earnings. So first and foremost thing that would strike you is the financial burden that this COVID situation has created, especially when somebody's parents or somebody's guardians of people who are preparing for UPSC, they are from an unorganized sector. So definitely it is going to cast a negative shadow on the financial purse of that particular student. Then forceful conversion from offline to online. Let me tell you, students, this is the time to break the myth that offline is better than online. It is not so. Why? Because if proper things are put in place, a system is put in place where there is a direct interaction with the student and the mentor or the institute related to doubts or other things, online is one of the most what you call successful method of clearing this UPSC examination. We will try to understand in the coming slides. Then travel from hometown to from the city where you are preparing to your hometown. Things that you need to carry when you travel. Okay, we will try to cover that. Home atmosphere non-conducive. Home atmosphere is not conducive to study. How to address this particular problem. Internet problems at home. Break in the routine. These are some of the important problems. Break in the routine can actually delay your preparation by 1 year. If you, in this pandemic situation, if this results in a break in your routine of your preparation, it will create a situation where you will feel that my entire preparation has got postponed by 1 year. We will try to address that issue. Stress to cope with, what all things to be done, and bad news all around. How do you address this bad news which is going on all around you? We will try to discuss them each one by one. Okay. The first and foremost thing, see, I suggest that if you are not staying in an independent room in the city, that you are, what you call staying back and studying, if you are not staying in a room but staying in a hostel, it is my sincere advice to leave. Why? Because though the government has not declared any lockdown during the day or something like that, but however, if it happens in the future, you will find that the hostels are closing. And in the lockdown situation, when the hostels close, you will find it extremely difficult to travel when there are travel restrictions. So if you are staying in a hostel and not in a room, I suggest you to leave. And what all things that you need to carry with respect to UPSC, I am not talking about your personal belongings. With respect to your UPSC, these are some of the books that you try, do not carry the entire luggage. I am sure within a month or two the situation would improve and you will have to come back to Hyderabad, to the town from where you are preparing. Carry the NCERT books, especially books related to history, polity and geography. Very, very important dimensions. These three books you please carry. Other than this, please carry the Orient, Oxford and Black Swan Atlas, because when you are reading geography, you can use the atlas for references, right? Carry this Bible with you, the Indian polity M. Lakshmikant, Indian economy Shankar Ganesh and Ramesh Singh. Shankar Ganesh, as we all know, is known for his covering the concepts very well, and when it comes to Ramesh Singh, overall economy book, this is what is prescribed. Then history for the medieval and what you call ancient India, you can carry Pooja Dalal Dahiya. See, these are one of the most widely used books. I am not recommending any book to any student. I am saying try to carry books related to these subjects, right? Bipin Chandra you can carry for modern history. Compendium books, if you are following any compendium books, you must carry the compendium books, and also the monthly current affairs if you are reading through offline mode. Try to carry 2 to 3 months of current affairs so that you can cover these 3 to 4 months of current affairs while being at home. So these are some of the important books that you need to carry while leaving your home, your town, your place from where you are preparing to your hometown. Okay. Now, if not traveling back home, if somebody is staying in a private flat or a room or something where he is self-sufficient with respect to cooking and staying and other things, these are some of the instructions which I would like to give to that particular student. And what are these instructions? Very important. Confine yourself to the room. Please do not roam around unnecessarily. Confine yourself to the room and try to be self-sufficient. Self-sufficient in the sense, try to be self-sufficient for a month or two, so that for small things you need not go out. Small things you need not go out. And try to order everything online, basically with an intention to avoid going to places which are crowded, mostly groceries and other things. Okay. Please try not to order food from outside. Try to prepare your own food. Avoid hosting of friends in the room. This is one mistake that most of us generally tend to do. Please do not host anybody to your room. You just drop a message that due to the current situation, I am not hosting any friends to my room. Please do not visit me. Anything, I am available for call, but do not host anybody to your room, because we do not know what kind of social distancing, what kind of COVID guidelines that individual may be following or not. Follow a strict routine. This is what very important. See what happens whenever there is a situation like this pandemic, the preparation, what you call seriousness, drastically goes down. So to ensure that the seriousness of the preparation does not go down, make a strict routine for yourself. This routine is not about your making a routine of studies, your own routine. What time I will get up, what time I will cook, what time I will eat, what time I will sleep. Have a fixed routine so that it will allow you to maintain that discipline in your life overall. So please follow a strict routine for yourself and try to be in regular touch with these three people, either your parents, maybe your mentor, or maybe the institute. Try to be in regular, what you call, touch with these three people to understand what are the current dynamics that are going on. Being in touch with the parents will give them confidence about your well-being. Being in touch with the mentor and the institute will keep you motivated to be, preparing every day without fail. Exercise for at least an hour. You don't have to leave your room. Within your room also you can do a lot of cardio exercises. There are so many YouTube channels, you can just subscribe to any free of cost, and you can try to exercise at least once an hour, at least an hour for a day. Do not do heavy stuff just to keep you fit, because you are not getting an opportunity to go out. And last but not least, please keep a close watch on your health. If there is any change in your health, if you are finding it difficult to breathe, if you have lost your taste of, the sense of taste or smell, if you are feeling that you are getting fever, try to keep a close watch and consult a doctor immediately. And if you see any change in your health, and if you are sharing the room with any particular person, immediately try to maintain distance from them. Try to maintain distance from them. Okay. How to find a place to study? Say for example, you have decided to go back home, you are a hostler, your parents have also called you back, and you have decided to go back. In these conditions, when you go back, how to find a place to study? The best possible, option would be, if somebody who's got a separate room at home, they are the most luckiest, because they need not worry about finding a place to study. But people who do not have a separate room, or people who do not have any room for themselves and living with everybody else in the what you call family combinedly, then that is where the problem starts. If there is a room, then definitely you are most luckiest, and you should be one of the most well prepared for this examination. You should make best use of this facility that is at your disposal. What if you are sharing a room? If you are sharing a room with any of your sibling, maybe a brother or a sister or anybody else, then you need to devise a routine plan according to that. Depending on if she is a student, if your brother or sister are still a student, because most of the schools and colleges have closed, you need to devise your routine plan in such a way that you get least disturbance from the other person's presence in the room. We will talk about that. Okay? And if sharing with a friend, then your contribution, this contribution is not with respect to money or something. How do you help that friend? Say for example, it may so happen that you have a couple of your friends from a similar common hometown who have decided to come and prepare for UPSC. Very probable what you call situation. In this particular situation, if you are sharing a room with your friend in the neighborhood, you also have some moral obligations towards him. In upbringing, in upkeeping that room, in paying the cost of that room, may not be paying the cost of that room, but contributing positively in maintaining that study atmosphere in that room. That is your responsibility. And try to be with people who are like-minded, who are motivated like you to prepare for this examination. Okay? And if not friend's place, then what? If you do not have a separate room, if you do not share your room in the house, and you do not have any friend who's got a room like this, then what is the way out? The way out is maybe a school nearby where you have studied, or a library nearby where not many people are visiting. And if you are exercising this option, let me be very careful to remind you, you need to be very strict when it comes to following the COVID guidelines. If you are serious in your preparation, if you belong to a particular school, even if that school is closed, talking to the management of the school, you can definitely seek permission to get access to any one of the classrooms where you can sit and study peacefully, at least during the day's time. And if you are serious in your preparation, I am very sure that the local school management would be more than happy to give you the space to study. And please do not misutilize or misuse this help that has been given to you for study. If you can rent a place nearby home, if you are not getting anything, but if you are have the capability, financial capability to rent a room nearby your house, this is also a very good option, right? If somebody who cannot do any of this, even the terrace on top of your house, the terrace with a certain amount of shade is also good enough, is also good enough. See, all you need, very important line, all you need is motivation. All you need is motivation. If you are motivated, definitely you will make things work out from one amongst these alternatives, from one amongst these alternatives. So please try to find a reason to study and not a reason to stop studying. Okay, very important. Yeah, these are some of the tips to make a routine plan. These are some of the tips to make a routine plan, what you have to do when you are at home and in this pandemic situation forced to go back home and prepare from home. If your classes are going on online, if you are a regular student, offline student, if your classes are going online, for heaven's sake, do not miss even a single class. So attend online classes if any without fail, unless and until you are yourself sick, unless and until somebody in the family, nearby in the family very sick, please do not miss any online classes. Other than your online classes, try to start with minimum 3 to 4 hours of routine plan. Other than your class, try to study for 4 to 6 hours as part of your self study. Minimum 3 to 4 hours. You can start with 2 hours also, but try to, if your classes are there for say 4 hours or 5 hours, other than that 4-5 hours, immediately start with 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, then try to gradually increase upon the duration. Cover minimum 2 GS subjects a day to study, minimum 2 GS subjects. If a particular GS subject is being taught, it is your choice. If your particular subject is being taught through the online classes, try to cover that. If not, if you feel that you can cover certain subjects on your own, you can go back reading those 2 GS subjects, but minimum 2 GS subjects. I suggest one what is being taught, other you can pick up, Minimum 1 to 2 hours of NCERT reading is compulsory, because if you are a fresher, please dedicate adequate time for reading NCERT books, and every alternate day try to cover at least 15 days of current affairs. The monthly current affairs that I have asked you to carry, the institute is also providing monthly current affairs. Try to cover every alternate day, try to cover at least 15 days, 10 days you can keep a target, 10 to 15 days of current affairs without fail. Separate schedule for weekends. Weekends is the time when you can dedicate more time, because online classes and all will not be there. You can dedicate more time for preparing your UPSC. In the weekends, I suggest try to address subjects like essay, ethics and all. Essay and ethics. Try to give more time to this, static part of your preparation, and cover optional simultaneously. Please do not leave your optional. Please do not leave your optional. These are some of the tips when you are making your routine plan. Okay. Yeah. After covering this, some tips related to routine plan, we will try to understand the various, determinants of our routine plan. Determinants, basically, see what happens is, there would be different, what you call variety of students should be preparing for UPSC examination. When I say variety, I mean to say that the students at various levels of their preparation. A fresher would need a completely different routine plan. A person who has spent 6 to 8 months into UPSC preparation needs a completely different routine plan. A person who has completed his classroom coaching per se and is only as part of some mentorship program, he has a complete routine plan, different routine plan. A person who has already attempted UPSC 2 to 3 times, maybe he would need a separate routine plan. So there are various determinants that need to be kept in mind when an individual makes a routine plan for himself or herself. See, I have made this point amply clear earlier also. There is no fixed template for any routine plan. Like I tell you, I give you a template and I say everybody 200 of you in the classroom, please follow this template. That is not so. Individual specific routine plan has to be made. So there are certain determinants that have to be kept in mind when a student makes his or her routine plan. The major determinants are different plan for fresher and veteran. This we have covered already. A different plan for a fresher and a veteran. Whether classes completed or still attending. See, because in the COVID pandemic, the classes have been converted from offline to online platform. So in this scenario, whether a particular student has completed his classes or still attending the online classes. If a person is attending online classes, a lot of amount in a day's routine plan has to be dedicated for attending those classes. So that is how it is an important determinant of a routine plan. Whether NCERT is covered or not, you have to keep into consideration whether a student has covered his NCERTs or not. See, my guru always used to tell me, if somebody who has not covered his NCERTs in detail, it means that his preparation for UPSC has not started. Going by the golden rule, people say that your preparation for UPSC should start either simultaneously along with your studying of NCERT should start simultaneously along with your classroom studies, classroom learning, or maybe a little prior also, but it cannot so happen that you complete all of your classroom learning and then you go back to NCERT. That is not useful, and reading of newspaper before covering of NCERT is also not advisable. So that is the reason why if somebody is a fresher, certain amount of time has to be dedicated for NCERTs also. What is the level of optional preparation? This is also one more important determination of preparing your routine plan. If you have started your operation, you have to include the time, for your optional reading and other things. Then whether you have a separate room for yourself or not. When you are at home during this pandemic situation, if you have a separate room for yourself, maybe your study routine plan can be stretched to 10 to 11 hours. But if you are sharing with somebody, or if you are going out somewhere in a common place and trying to make some space for yourself to study, definitely the routine plan cannot be more than 6 to 8 hours, because you may not be permitted to sit there for beyond a period of time. Then your other commitments during the day are also very important, and if you are staying back home, and if your family is from the farming community, and if it is such that you need to help your family in the farming activities, again your study plan, the routine plan changes. And if you are an office goer, there is a complete change in your routine plan, because during the day, on a weekday, you will not be able to cater any of your time. So maybe we will restrict your routine plan only to the evenings or early mornings during the day, and try to concentrate more on the weekend. Okay. Then lastly, if you have been preparing on your own without taking coaching for some reasons, then your routine plan again changes completely. So these are all the major determinants of routine plan, and we are talking about a model routine plan in our next slide. But before we go into that, we'll try to understand. See, we are making a routine plan for 7 days a week, Monday to Sunday. But however, we are trying to distribute time in a way that Monday to Friday we are having a different routine plan, and Saturday and Sunday we are having a different routine plan. So Monday to Friday, whatever is your plan on Monday, it can be replicated for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday also. But when it comes to the weekend, Saturdays and Sundays, that is where your plan slightly changes. So in the model routine plan, what we will discuss in the coming slide, I have given the plan for day 1. You can replicate the same plan for day 2, 3, 4 and 5. For day 6 and 7, we will discuss it separately. Okay. Not more than 10 to 11 hours of studying. This is very important aspect of your preparation. See, at this stage, when you are in the initial stages of your preparation, trying to sit for more than 10 to 11 hours may not be suggestive. If you are able to touch that 9 hours or 10 hours of studying along with your classroom attending and other things, that would be an achievement. See, that's what I told, routine is not a fixed template. No newspaper reading before covering your NCERTs, because before covering basic understanding of the various issues that have been given in the NCERTs, if you try to start reading newspapers, you will end up sitting the newspaper for 6 to 8 hours a day, which is of no use at all. So you need to cover your NCERTs before you go for your newspaper reading. Now, a model daily routine plan for a fresher. Fresher is a person whom I have considered who would have recently joined maybe a month back or a month and a half back in the offline batch and would have been forced because of the prevailing conditions to go back to his or her hometown to prepare for the UPSC examination. And I am assuming that he or she has not covered their NCERTs also. So adequate amount of time we have catered for NCERTs and have always assumed that the classes, the 4 hours of class which I have taken attending online classes 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock in the evening, I am assuming that he or she is attending both GS and online in those 4 hours. This is my assumption which I have taken in preparing this routine plan. So as usual, around 7 o'clock is the time that I am talking about, waking up call. See, again, there are many students who are comfortable reading late in the night. There are some students who are comfortable getting up early in the morning, maybe 4 o'clock or even 3 o'clock also. Please follow what suits your personality the best. If you are a person who is, who's got the habit of reading late in the night, you can continue doing that. You don't have to forcefully get up. But over a period of time, if you can change the biological clock from late night reading to early morning reading, it is suggestive. But if you are not able to do it for some reasons of your habits in the past, do not force yourself getting up early in the morning at the cost of your health or at the cost of your stress levels. If you are comfortable, see, it is said that it takes approximately 14 to 18 days for the biological clock to change. And if you are determined, if you wish to get up early in the morning and prepare for your UPSC examination, you try this for 14 to 18 days. If that biological clock is set as per the morning schedule, excellent. If it is not getting set and you are getting disturbed or you are feeling sleepy throughout the day despite you sleeping early in the night, but still you are feeling sleepy during the day, then I suggest you can go back to your original sleep patterns. Okay? So we are assuming that you are a late night study guy and we are waking up at around 7 a.m. See, 8 hours of sleep time. That is why 11 o'clock I am closing your education and 7 o'clock I am waking you up. 8 hours of continuous sleep. And a small nap in the afternoon and a small nap of just 30 minutes, not more I have given. So total of 8.5 hours of sleep time we have catered for. So morning 7 o'clock you are getting up and 8 to 10 for 2 hours you are dedicating this time for your newspaper, your NCERT's reading. Because this 7 to 8 time is the time to get freshen up. You can have your breakfast then or you can have your breakfast while you are reading your NCERTs for 2 hours. So 2 hours of study we have achieved. This is kind of the first slot of your study time. Next 10:30 to 12:30. So 10 o'clock and 10:30, half an hour break also you have been accommodated here. So in your 2 hours of study, then half an hour break, then 10:30 to 12:30 you are revising your classes of GS and optional. The previous day whatever GS and optional classes you have attended for 4 hours, you are trying to revise them in 2 hours. So maybe 2 hours of GS, 2 hours of optional, you are trying to revise that in 1 hour each. Okay, that is one. Then 12:30 to 4 o'clock, 2 o'clock, you are having your lunch break. You are having your lunch break for 1.5 hours. You can use 30 minutes of time here for again for taking a very small power nap of maybe 20 to 30 minutes. You can use that. Okay, so till now 2 hours and 2 hours, 4 hours of classes we have covered, and here 1.5 hours of current affairs reading, very important. This current affairs reading is not from the newspapers but from the monthly magazines that the institution has given you. I suggest, as a benchmark rule, start from 18 months behind the date of your examination. Say if you are trying to if you are planning to appear in the next year's UPSC examination, tentatively the exam is scheduled in the month of May 2022. So you go back 18 months from that and try to start your current affairs preparation from the 18 months. People in fact take 24 months also, but initially you can start with 18 months. If you are able to successfully cover the 18 months, you can go back 6 months further. Okay. Now after that, 3:30 to 4 o'clock, you are taking a small break, maybe a power nap of 30 minutes followed by a cup of tea. Then 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock, for 4 hours, you are attending your classes. For 4 hours, what are you doing? You are attending your classes for 4 hours, online classes, maybe GS only, maybe GS and optional both. Then 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock is the dinner time with your family. 1 hour time we have catered for. It is the dinner time for your family. And before you go off to sleep, again you start your NCERT preparation where you have left that in the morning. So again 2 hours of reading here. So a total cumulatively how many hours of study time? 2 hours plus 2 hours, 4 hours, 5.5 hours, 5 and 9, 4, 9.5 hours, 10 and 10.5 hours. Totally you have studied for 10.5 hours in a day. Let me tell you, if you can achieve this feat, even 9 hours if you can achieve, 8 to 9 hours if you can achieve initial days, it is excellent work that you would be doing. So try to take regular breaks also. Do not make it in continuation. So we are assuming that from day 1 to day 5 you are following this routine. On the day 6, that is Saturday, you can wake up as usual around 7 o'clock in the morning, and I suggest you dedicate the first part of your Saturday for revising, for studying ethics theory and making notes, Here I have a suggestion is that you need not wait for your ethics classes to start. The basic concepts you can try and understand and start making notes of yours. Why? Because it so happens that over a period of time you may not dedicate right amount of time to subjects like ethics and essays. So on every Saturday for 2 hours you dedicate your time for your ethics, theory and answer writing, notes making, not answer writing. Then again you are revising your yesterday's class, you are taking a lunch break, again as usual you are covering your current affairs, you take a break. This is where in the second half you are taking a writing of essay writing practice. See here, you may not have the basic understanding of how to write an essay, but in your school days, your college days, you would have surely written some essays, and the students who have attended my essay classes, they can take lot of support from what all points have been covered there and try to write an essay. Please pick up a very simple topic, do not pick up a complex topic initially, and try to write. When you start your essay writing, try to write for 3 to 4 pages, 4 to 5 pages. Gradually you can increase the content and improve the content. So pick up very easy topics initially and try to write some essays all by yourself, okay? And then after the essay, that is at the end of 8 o'clock, your study period is complete. After 8 o'clock till such time you wish to, you can have your dinner with family, and it is the time to spend with your family. Very, very important. So on a Saturday, we studied for 2 hours here, then we studied for 2 hours here, 4 hours, then we studied for 1.5 hours here, and then we what you call studied for 4 hours here. So total 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9.5 hours. So we have reduced 1 hour of our preparation here. So here 4 hours, I am assuming that you will not have any classes on Saturdays and Sundays. Okay? So that's how essay writing for 4 hours, it will take 4 hours of time. Let me remind you, it will take 4 hours of time. I'm sorry, this is not 10.5 hours, it is 11.5 hours. It is 11.5 hours. Okay? It is 11.5 hours. Very, very important. So that is how 2 hours of time got reduced here, and it has become 9.5 hours of study on a Saturday. And when it comes to Sunday, that is day 7, a student can wake up a little late, maybe at 8 o'clock. Maybe at 8 o'clock. Assuming that when you are spending time from 8 o'clock, maybe till 12 o'clock in the midnight, you might watch a movie or spend time with your family or something. So that is how I have given you liberty to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning. Reading of optional only, this is from 10:30 to afternoon 2 o'clock. Afternoon 2 o'clock, you can jumble up the time. See, it is around 11:30, 12:30, 1:30, 2. Around 3.5 hours are there. You can take regular breaks after 1 hour and try to read for at least 3 hours in this 3.5 hours. Okay? Then you have your lunch break. Then you dedicate this time of what you call making notes. Making notes here, maybe for half an hour or 1 hour also. You can keep it as an hour. You can keep it as 1 hour. You can combine this reading of optional along with making of notes. You can play around as per your wish. So technically you are dedicating your first half of the Sunday till 4 o'clock for your optional only. For your optional only. After 4 o'clock it is your free time. Take a break, completely take a break from UPSC. Do not think what is UPSC and all. Don't get carried away by any tensions or anything. So you just relax after 4 o'clock till next day morning, again day 1, you wake up at 7 o'clock. You can use this time, to see, introspect your preparation in the last 1 week, see where you can still do much better, where you can cover up the goals, where you are lagging behind your goal. Because in this NCERT reading for 2 hours here and 2 hours there, you might be having some daily targets. Okay, today I will cover Indian history class 8, 4 chapters in the morning, 4 chapters in the evening. So you just see it for yourself, where you able to achieve these goals that you have set for yourself or not, so that in the coming week you can adjust, realign your goals accordingly, and also prepare, use this time also for preparing your routine plan for the next week. So that is how you are trying to cover the entire week for making your routine plan and trying to stick to that routine plan. Let me tell you, if you can sustain your routine plan, see, no routine plan is bad, no routine plan is the best. The routine plan is individual specific, certain issues specific, certain circumstances specific. If you are able to sustain your routine plan for 8 to 9 months, believe you me, you can do wonders in UPSC examination. It is only that we do not have a routine plan and we just go with the flow without proper planning. That is where you will falter. That is where you will falter. So try not to falter. Try not to falter. So that is how you have to see in this routine plan, because it is from the perspective of a fresher. I have not included any test series either for mains or prelims. So gradually when you get some information on a subject, that is how the component of test series writing, answer writing, examination writing, all these things will come into play of your routine plan. So it is only a matter of time, because this routine plan has been set keeping in view a fresher in mind. So that is how the components like test series, answer writing and all do not feature in your routine plan. But as you progress, the space of NCERTs will be taken over by the GS subjects. The space of NCERT readings will be taken over by the GS subjects. The space of your country monthly magazines, see, if you are able to cover in an hour, if you are able to cover 6 to 8 pages of current affairs, in an hour, if you are able to cover 6 to 8 pages of current affairs, your speed of reading is excellent. Let me tell you why. Because current affairs it contains lot of information to be remembered. See, do not make notes of monthly current affairs. Do not do that mistake, please, for heaven's sake. Just try to read what is there in the book. If you want to add some additional information, you can use a pencil or a pen to add. If you are using a digital platform, you can add there. If you are using a printout, you can add there with your pen also. So please do not make notes of monthly magazine current affairs. It is not required. So just reading and important points, noting, underlining. If you are able to read 6, 7, even 5 pages also, but deliberately reading all those 5 pages, if you are able to read 5 to 6 pages or 6 to 8 pages in an hour, you are at the excellent speed. So that is how over a period of time you will be able to cover the entire monthly magazines in a maybe in 3 to 4 months time frame, if you have this 18 months of target with you. So that is how try to cover your current affairs. See, if what happens is there are some students who develop that liking for current affairs. If you are developing that liking for current affairs over a period of time, you can increase the time of current affairs to cover the current affairs at a faster pace. If you are covering this current affairs along with the NCERTs initially very well, your newspaper reading will become a cakewalk. So try to understand where you need to put in more efforts initially. Okay. So this is how a routine plan is made and executed. Execution of routine plan is very, very important. People make very beautiful routine plans, but they fail to execute because either it is too ambitious. I will cover all NCERTs this week. Not possible, because you will not remember anything for sure. So please do not make over ambitious routine plan. A routine plan that can be achieved with a little amount of effort. Okay. So this is how your routine plan should look like, right? Mike Murdoch, a very renowned positive thinking theologist, he says that the secret of your future is hidden in your daily routine. The secret of your success is hidden in your daily routine. He says that whosoever has made laurels for himself, have achieved name, fame and money in this world, had a definite routine plan. So if you want to succeed in UPSC also, that is not possible without a routine plan for yourself. Things to avoid when you are at home at any cost. Things to avoid, what you have to avoid at any cost, what you should not be doing at any cost. Sleeping more than 8 hours a day, I spoke about this. You should not be sleeping for more than 8 hours a day at any cost. These 8 hours in the night, afternoon 1 hour. So 8 to 9 hours a day, you should not be sleeping more than that. Avoid frequent venturing out of the house. Unless and until it is very much required, please do not venture out of the house. Stop watching the news channel. This is one suggestion I would give to all my students. Please stop watching news channels and stop watching the status reports on WhatsApp of people, which is having lot of nonsensical information. Please avoid that. Stop talking to people who are pessimist. People like yeah, we will all die today, what is this happening, I don't know how it will end, all those things. If somebody is talking in your family or your friend circle, stop talking to them for some time, distance with them. This is very, very important. Do not overeat. Please eat a controlled diet, and the diet components also you have to be very, very careful of. Do not eat something which is very difficult to digest. because if you eat something which is difficult to digest, you will feel like sleeping more, because your body needs that energy savings so that it can digest that food. Try to eat light food and balanced food. Stop, this is one mistake most of the students do, their parents also do. Stop advertising about your preparation. Please do not become all India radio in your hometown that falane ka beta or falane ka beti is preparing for UPSC examination. Please do not do the advertisement. Don't think too much about the finances. Things will fall in place. Things will fall in place with time. Things will fall in place. Try to make arrangements, but do not overthink about that, because it will definitely have a negative effect on your studies. Do not miss the routine. Again, I am warning, do not miss the routine. Please, if you can ensure this and if you can ensure this, things will automatically fall in place. Okay? Things to do regularly. When you are at home preparing for UPSC, things to do regularly: revising what you have studied, weekly scheduling what we have covered, test yourself regularly. Test yourself regularly whether you are able to comprehend what you are reading or not. Try to test yourself regularly. This is a golden chance to spend time with your family. Please try to understand the importance of this situation, because this is one time, because of this particular reason, you have gone back to your hometown. So this is a golden chance to spend time with your family also. Try to take out some time from your studies to spend some time with them. Reading newspaper is a must for seniors, people who have just started their preparation. You cover your NCERTs first, then go to newspapers. Otherwise you will not understand anything and you will spend 5 to 6 hours with newspaper, which is of no use. So reading newspaper, online mode only, do not subscribe to offline. Talking to the mentor, make an effort to be in touch with the mentor. Talking to the mentor does not mean subah utha, Oberoi sir, good morning, Oberoi sir, good afternoon, Oberoi sir, good evening, good night, not required. Talking to the mentor means whenever you feel that in a particular scheduling you are finding a difficulty, you can take his advice. Trying to cover, if you are finding it difficult to cover a particular topic or not understanding how to prepare or something like that, you can definitely talk to your mentor. If you are feeling emotionally low, even that particular point of time, you can make an effort to talk to your mentor. But first, before the mentor, you can call up your friends who are there to guide you in these tough times. So if not them, definitely the mentor. Exercise for an hour at least, this is one important thing. And last but not the least, prayers, very very important. This will help you, in keeping up with the faith that is required in these times, and also good health and positive atmosphere in the family. Please do prayers, whatever religion or sect you belong to, please do that. Tips for people who are aspiring for 2021. First and foremost tip, do not follow any rumors that UPSC is going to get postponed. It is very much probable that it may get postponed, but do not plan your what you call strategy thinking that definitely it is going to get postponed. Otherwise, if the UPSC decides not to postpone, you will be in deep trouble. Okay? Command over the static portion is very very required. Try to address the static portion. 2019-2020 paper, especially prelims, completely the papers were made from the static part of your portion. So please do not skip that. Do not follow the rumors. Cover the 4 pillars of prelims well. That is your polity, economy, history and geography. From the GS, these are the 4 pillars, and the 5th pillar is your current affairs. Try to cover these 4 and 5 dimensions, 4 to 5 dimensions thoroughly. Do not miss NCERTs. Direct questions do come from NCERTs. Follow at least one or 2 test series of your choice. Current affairs of the last 18 months have to be covered. 18 months current affairs have to be covered. Address CSAT very very seriously, especially people who are not from the maths background. They have to address this particular CSAT seriously, and do believe in yourself that you can do it. You can do it. Don't worry. Okay. Advice to the people who are appearing in 2022: These are the students who would have recently joined, recently in the past 3 to 4 months they would have joined. There are some tips for them. If you have joined an institute, continue. Please do not take a break completely. Don't think that the pandemic is going to get over in another 2-3 months and once corona says bye bye to India, then only I'll come. It is not going to happen in the near future. So please continue in the online mode. Immediately start your optional preparation. Immediately does not mean today or tomorrow, but definitely in 1 month's time frame, because trying to cover your optional minimum 9 to 10 months before your prelims is one of the best strategies that you can have preparing for UPSC. So try to kickstart your preparation of optional at the earliest possible. Accept this fact, please accept this fact that online mode of learning is also a good mode of learning. It is just in your mind that you feel that it has to be offline, I have to see the face of Oberoi sir every day. No, online mode is also a good mode of learning. Use the time that is at your disposal judiciously. Use the time at your disposal judiciously. Cover the NCERTs well, especially papers like history, polity and geography. These are the 3 subjects where NCERT has got lot of information to share. Okay, don't take situation as an excuse to postpone your preparation. Please do not think that the situation is responsible for you not studying. It is you who are not responsible for your studying. So please do not take this as an excuse for postponing your studies. Be in touch with the mentor, and lastly again exercise for an hour at least in a day. At least for an hour exercise in a day. A word of advice to everybody: revisit your targets weekly. Whether you are preparing for 21 or 2022, revisit your targets weekly. Don't over stress with UPSC. This advice I always give to my students. Do not make UPSC be on your mind for 24 hours. Just relax, it's just an examination. So many have passed, you will also pass with dedicated efforts. Don't worry. Don't make unachievable routine. If you make an unachievable routine, you will not be able to achieve that, and it will keep demoralizing you and your stress levels will keep on increasing. Keep small targets, achievable targets. If you are able to achieve that target well within the time frame, next week try to give a more stricter schedule for you. But if you are not able to achieve a defined target, it is an indication that you have to lower your target. So depending from the individual's capability, try to modulate your targets accordingly, right? Avoid obvious places at obvious times. It is basically a message to tell you that avoid crowded places. These are not the times to be in the crowded places, especially crowded places like any religious gathering, especially crowded places like your marriages and all, especially crowded places like your cinema halls and all. Please try to avoid these 3 places. Try to be disciplined with life, it bear fruits. I am telling you, see, discipline in whatever you do. You see a sportsman, without discipline he will not get the name and fame that he or she has got. So discipline is the bedrock of all the successful people in the world. So be disciplined in your life. Don't spend more time on social media. This advice I always give, irrespective whether you are a student or not at all. Even if you are a professional, do not spend more time in social media, rather spend time with your family. Spend time with your family, it will help you in creating that bonding. Be honest with your efforts. If you are honest with UPSC, UPSC will never ditch you. Please remember this one line. If you are honest with UPSC, not only during the examination phase, even your service phase also, if you are honest with your efforts, UPSC will never leave your hand. So please understand that you have to be honest with your preparation. Never do these mistakes. The first and the foremost mistake that most of you do, comparing yourself with others. Never compare yourself with others. Everybody has their own line of journey. Please follow your own line of journey. Nobody can walk your journey. Don't attempt a test series without covering the syllabus. First read the syllabus, then only attend the test series. Leaving optional attended, do not do this mistake. All your preparation efforts are useless if you have not covered your optional well, right? not giving adequate attention to ethics and essay. Most of the students think that because of their so much of exposure to GS knowledge, they can write an essay and they can write ethics paper. It is not true. It needs dedicated efforts and a very defined strategy to get good scores in these subjects. So you need to give adequate attention here. Never be thankless. Never be thankless to anything. If you are getting access to quality education, you are one of the luckiest people. So always be thankful to people who are making efforts to ensure that you get this exposure to this kind of studying. So be thankful to everyone. Don't lose confidence if you have not taken coaching, especially people who cannot afford coaching. If they have not been able to afford for coaching, do not lose confidence. Every year many students are making big in UPSC without taking any coaching support. It is only a matter of time that you will succeed, but you will surely succeed. Do not spend too much time on YouTube. This is one mistake what the students generally do. Do not spend much time on YouTube. Books are the right source of your studies preparation. I picked up this line in one of the movies. When faced with obstacles, most collapse, but few rise. So you choose, you want to be most or you want to be few. See, I understand these are the most difficult times for anybody. It is very difficult when you see that people are falling next to you, but this is the time to rise and not to fall. Time to rise and not to fall. The future is in our hands. For sure it is in our hands. The best is yet to come. For you personally, professionally, academically, the best is yet to come. It is only a matter of concerted efforts in a particular direction, ably guided by the institute and the mentor, and your own efforts will lead you to your best way. So please try to concentrate, use this time which is available to prepare well, be in touch with us, be happy, take care of your health. Anything, please fall back to the institute for any assistance. Thank you very much. I hope you will have a wonderful time with your parents back home, with your family members back home, but do follow all the guidelines, and if possible, if you have an opportunity, get yourself vaccinated at the earliest. Thank you very much. Jai Hind to all of you. Thank you.